And it's waiting for mics. Ali Musa's here.
Yeah, happy to be here.
I thought he was going to come in and like do a guitar solo.
Oh.
I thought he was going to be like, "What's up?"
Members of Led Zeppelin just walked in, grabbed the guitar, and left. That was
I know,
awesome.
dude.
That's the type. That's what we got coming
Jimmy
in
Page
here.
just came in. He's going to rip a sick solo
Hell
from
yeah.
Moby Dick.
This is like a guitar. This is like a graveyard for failed dreams for musicians. Like,
Yeah, and now,
Yeah.
now comedians.
oh yeah,
Yep.
exactly. Comedians always gotta
Four to be specific, and then whoever's like the guest on the show.
right.
Well, because Chris Quinn and Dom DeTola, they do
their sports
experience in here.
Here, okay. Hell yeah.
And then we do our thing in here. Then Tony was on last week, and now we got Ali,
hell yeah, I'm
most
back.
successful man we've ever met.
In the realm of stand up.
No, just in general.
In general.
In general,
fucking A.
you're the most successful guy
Hell
I've ever
yeah,
met.
I appreciate that.
No, I'd say in the realm of stand-up of my peers, yeah,
I mean, of like people, yeah. I mean,
you're the one that
it's
made
like a
it
low
out,
bar,
dude.
but yeah,
You made it out.
Kinda, yeah.
You made it out. You're the next step for us. You're the blueprint, dude.
Right. Yeah.
You
follow,
are
just stay single into your late 30s. Don't ever go to school. Don't like hold down any significant jobs that really matter. And then maybe after 13 years, you can kind of start to say you're a comedian.
I'm hearing a lot of positives in there.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm hearing
for
a lot of.
Depends on what your measuring stick
I'm hearing
is.
I'm pretty close.
Yeah.
We're getting there, dude.
You know?
Only
How
Except
long-
I
you guys are,
went
like,
I
in-
went to late 20s to stay single because
Okay.
I don't have that much time. So
Yeah.
I was never really single. I was a serial monogamist,
Oh,
but
you're
I've been with my lady
terrible.
for 5+ years now. So
Only? I thought it was longer than that.
no, I mean when I first started comedy, I brought a couple of scabs around.
Dude, I
floozies
met-
Yeah, a couple
to
of
the music
floozies.
box. to
Yeah.
I
watch you bomb
probably
a
have
couple
met
times.
like
Yeah.
9 of Connor's girlfriends
Oh my god.
through the time of knowing him. And then this one stuck, and I'm happy about that. Because
Yeah.
boy, was it annoying to have
Yeah.
to fake like all these women.
Good lord.
I know.
That's why you gotta wait. If they've been together long and it's been just like dicey and they break up, wait until they're officially broken up to talk shit about their girlfriend because there's a chance they get back together and then you've already spilled your
Yeah.
No, I would do it right then.
fucking whore. What a dumb
No,
bitch.
I'd
She's
let him know-
ugly.
I would let him
you could
know-
do way better and
Yeah.
then they get back together. You're like, fuck.
No,
Yeah.
I'd let him know right away. This is a problem.
Yeah.
You need to
No,
leave.
you did.
And then
Remember-
the only time I didn't was with
Yeah, remember
your
after
beautiful baby girl.
Yeah, with my, Audrey from the shirt. Yeah,
From the
Wow,
shirt.
from the shirt.
Um,
That's like that old that reminds me of just like a lowrider like magazine type.
it was
font.
it was supposed to be like kind of like you're invited to the cookout kind of
Yeah,
T-shirt, you know.
Yeah.
But
It's
that's
very
real-
R&B, but like she died in
Like,
a
it's-
plane
it's like
crash.
the
real
Jeff-
Selena 1998 from the swap meet.
Yeah.
Like,
I was trying to give off like Jefferson family reunion, you know,
okay,
yeah.
kind of vibes.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
But it's
Cool,
just Audrey.
Yeah,
It's like her 21st birthday. Like she would get that.
Right.
Yeah.
her quinceañera.
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, you remember that one girl that I was dating for a while who lived in her car?
Yeah, that one was bad.
Wow.
That one was bad.
Yeah, I was in too deep, and then I found out that she lived in her car, and I was like, but she's pretty hot, so I'm gonna stay with her a little bit.
I don't know. I kind of respect that because if you're a hot woman and you're willing to live in your car, that means that you just like, if you're hot and you're a woman, like, you have a roof over your head.
Yeah, she
any way
did.
you want. I mean, there's like, have you?
And she was like 5 feet tall too, so she could like fit in her car.
It was just convenient. So
It
I
was
could just live
convenient,
in
yeah.
a Corolla instead of getting an apartment.
could have been her, lack of job and addiction to Adderall, but
There you go. That'll
You
do
know.
it.
I don't know. And then I realized after I broke up with her, like when the post nut clarity hits, and then I was like, yeah, so I broke up with so and so today, and he's like, yeah, what the fuck are you doing dating a girl who's living in her car?
Did you ever fuck her in her car?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
it was a Prius.
Wow.
Oh my
She was,
God.
yeah, she was
There's
she
no
was
room for
super duper like liberal and used to
my
work for like
God.
local political offices and stuff.
That's
and I was like,
crazy.
yeah, for sure, blue, no matter who,
Ew.
Oh
So
my
dumb.
God.
just saying whatever.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine. A Prius is fuck. I fucked once in a Beetle.
Dude,
Nice.
I lost my virginity
Impossible.
in a car.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of car?
It was a Hyundai Accent.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did
Do
you,
you
use it?
do you perk up a little when you see one on the streets?
A
You're
little
like, hell
bit, yeah.
You're like,
Yeah,
hell
yeah, that
yeah.
car's legendary. I got in so
Yeah.
much trouble and like that was the car where the horn would honk even if I was outside of the car. It was like a malfunction,
Yeah.
and then like both lock handles were broken, so I could only get in the car through the passenger side outside, but on the inside it was broken, and the inside and outside were broken on the driver's side. So I'd like go on dates with girls and shit, and I'd crawl through the car. And it was just like...
Did you ever have this
beautiful.
car ever since we've known you? Because I've known you for 6 years.
No, this car's back in the
Beforehand?
day. This was like before comedy even. This was like...
No, didn't you have a car?
Yeah, that was the Pontiac Sunfire.
The Sunfire,
bro.
yeah.
Oh my God.
The Sunfire, dude, I was so mad. That was a $2,000 fucking hoopty that I picked up because my fucking F-150 went down. Bro, I was so pissed at that car. I would like hit the handbrake, I would drift into shit, like and stuff. Like I would fucking.
Who was the comic who was driving a car that had like 400,000 miles on it, and it was like falling? Were you the one driving like that truck that was like?
I mean, I did have the
Nissan.
Titan.
I don't know if it had that many miles on it, but it looked like it was on.
My Titan had, I think it had 180 or something
Okay.
like that. And dude, it was just like the grill was falling off, the window got busted
Yeah.
out, the horn didn't work anymore, the windows wouldn't roll down anymore, the AC was broken, the dashboard was
My
like
God.
caved in. And it was just over time, like, because I didn't have money to get it fixed.
It's
but
just
it kept
like that car from
rolling.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Have you
It
seen
just
that?
kept
It's
going.
just on. That's crazy, dude.
After a while, because like the window got broken out of that, and that should have been like the sign where I was like, all right, I need to get a new fucking car. The window got broken out of it, and I was trying to sell it. So like me and my comedic genius, I put up like a plastic trash bag over some cardboard on the
That's the
window,
best.
and then I I wrote like some funny lines. I was like, Transformer for sale, looks like a Nissan Titan, but it's actually an
Yeah.
07 Camaro. Runs on Energon. Also, it speaks to you through the radio. And I was actually getting like, some solid offers for it too.
Really?
Yeah. And people are like, I'll give you 4,000 for it. I was like, I'm gonna be honest for you, man. This thing is not worth more than
Dude, you
1,500.
should have just taken that.
should have taken
Yeah,
it.
that's
Fuck.
crazy.
I know. I don't want to lie to people though.
Bro, oh man, every time I see a Nissan Pathfinder, I perk up, dude, because my boy in high school had a Nissan Pathfinder. And
You used to fuck them in it.
Bro, it was Diddy parties in the Nissan Pathfinder.
Hell yeah.
It was
Lube,
fucking
dude.
crazy,
Lube
dude.
dispensers.
Everything went down in the Diddy party bus, bro. It was nuts. The
Diddy
Diddy
bus.
Pathfinder.
The Diddy Finder.
The Diddy Finder.
Diddy Finder.
Did he find her? Yeah.
Then he had to get rid of it because he would always do this thing on River Road where he'd be driving. And then he'd put the car in neutral. Like he'd start going like 80 on River.
And
Put the
yeah,
car
like,
in neutral.
So River Road is like
Yeah.
a roller coaster kind of fucking
Yeah.
road up
Yeah,
and down.
and then he'd put the car in neutral and then take the keys out. And then turn around and be like, and then put them back in.
That's a nice little
Start
party
the
trick.
car up
While it's still
while
going.
it's still going like
Yeah, a party trick that could kill
Well, it's
everybody.
still going like
that's- how fun.
65,
Sounds fun.
and then turns it on, and then just like would drive like his car is going to be fine the next day.
Damn.
Whatever
Like,
happened to like your thumb being detached from your hands? Like, no, let's just
You wanna see a
endanger
trick?
everyone on the road.
Ah! Just your keys.
Yeah, it was terrible. He was a bad driver, but you know,
Yeah, that's cool.
it was a hell of a fucking whip. And every time I see one, I'm like, damn, good times. Hit my first bong in a Pathfinder. Fucking fingered
Dude,
my
the amount
first
of
girl in
weed I
Pathfinder.
smoke in cars in Tucson is crazy. We used to just drive around smoking, like as we're driving, hitting bongs, hitting vapor. One time we had a
Oh my gosh,
vaporizer in the
yes.
car.
In the car?
Yeah.
Yes.
Damn.
Well,
Bro, we had a
driving,
hookah in the car once while driving. You put it in the console.
You got all those hot
all the
coals?
coals.
What, were you on Pimp My Ride? Like how the fuck?
Fucking so
Yo,
stupid.
Clint said that he likes to smoke hookah. We're gonna put a hookah lounge in his car. What's up? It's like,
has,
all
like,
right,
the
but I need new
pillows
brakes, dude. Can I get new brakes? Nah, bro. Hit this hashish, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, we had a
That's
hookah on the way to lacrosse practice, just fucking hitting giant bong rips of tobacco before you go run 4 miles a game.
Oh, hit
Yeah.
snapping moles. That's terrible. It's so bad.
Tucson
Bro,
being
ripping
here.
so many, dude, ripping like 7 moles before going into school,
Oh my god.
snapping all of them and just walking into English blitz.
Yeah,
What
just
school
smelling
did you
like
go
a
to?
carton
South
of
Point.
South Point.
just
Oh my God.
smelling like a carton of Marlboros. Just like Jesus Christ. That sounds terrible.
Yeah.
No. But that was the thing to do in Tucson, just smoke weed in your car.
Oh
Ruin
yeah.
your-
Yeah, once you're between like 16 and 19, where you're kind of getting away from your parents a little bit more, but also kind of
Yeah, I
independent.
used to have to leave to smoke weed in my car, and I used to just do my best not to smell like weed or look high.
Yeah.
So I would like literally change into a different pair of clothes. Like I'd leave my dad, he'd see me in these clothes, and I would take those clothes off, smoke in different
In di-
clothes, and then put those clothes back on, put like a whole half bottle of fucking eye drops, and
Oh
then
my
show
God.
back up.
You had a
and it's like-
smoking outfit. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
there was
I
a-
did that at school too. Yeah,
Oh my God.
I would leave school and then come back.
Different clothes.
Hey,
different
same
clothes.
guy. Nothing
That's
to see
crazy.
here.
Dude, weed used to be a real drug. I don't know if I was smoking lace shit, but I used to get so fucking high that I would like borderline black out. When I was like 15, I would get
Yes.
so stoned, I would like forget half the day. And then before I knew it, it was like fifth period. I was like, I don't even remember being in. How the fuck have I not been kicked out of school right now? 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
on autopilot. Like, it's insane. Like,
Yeah, I remember that. I remember those days for sure. And I remember. So I like when I
weed
first
was
started.
a real drug before.
Weed was like legit before, and now I would argue it's definitely stronger.
It's
for sure.
stronger, but
like back in the day, I would smoke so much and have the exact same reaction. Maybe not like blacking out. I would smoke so
Right.
much, and they'd be like, "Whoa, that's crazy! It's like a time travel through third and fifth period."
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like whatever. And then one day, I just hit too much of a blunt, had a panic attack, and I'm like, I could never smoke weed again.
Yeah.
And then I would try smoking weed again, and then I would have another panic attack, and be like, I'm never fucking smoking weed again. And I just had
my
panic
God,
attacks
yeah.
for years straight.
It's so weird because like I don't smoke weed anymore, and if I smoke weed now, I kind of get a panic attack. And I used to smoke tons of weed all the fucking time for 10 years. Stopped for a while, have tried again. It just doesn't mesh with me anymore.
Yeah, it's like when you stop drinking milk, and then
Oh,
you
yeah.
start drinking milk again. You start shitting like a motherfucker.
Get lactose intolerant.
Yeah, dude.
Because your body for sure. Well, just like I go through phases of eating pretty clean, and then I just like one day I'm just like, whatever. I'm on the road doing a comedy show. I'll just have 14 chicken nuggets from Burger King because I'm broke and this is what I can eat right
This is
now.
what I can eat.
And then you literally just almost shit your pants driving home.
You're like, that was crazy. I'm gonna do it again next week.
Yeah.
Like, I know the amount of times you tell yourself, like, I really can't do this. I'm gonna be responsible, and then no matter what, you get back on that train.
Dude, I almost shit my pants on stage in New Mexico one time.
Really?
I ate Taco Bell. I hadn't had Taco Bell in years, and I really wasn't eating fast food much. And I did like a 30-minute set at Inn of the Mountain. No, was it Inn of the Mountain God? No, it was Santa Ana Star Casino in Bernalillo, which is basically Albuquerque. And before my set, I was fucking starving. I hadn't eaten all day. Drove all the way from Tucson, or no, from Bernalillo, or from Mescalero.
Oh,
So it's a
okay.
2-day run. You go to Mescalero, and then you go up to Albuquerque, basically, which is like 4 hours away. Hadn't eaten. I drove to this Taco Bell I saw, ate like 4 of like their cheapest burritos, went and did my set. I could feel like my stomach's bubbling a little bit towards the end of my set. I went and ordered a Corona. Before they could even bring me my beer back, I had to run. And it was one of those shits where I'm like, I have to go to my room, and I was on like the 8th floor or some shit.
Oh no!
And it was bad, dude. Like
That's
it
a
was,
slow elevator too. You're like, fuck.
yeah, I was like, if I was on stage 5 more minutes, I would have shit my pants on stage.
That's
I couldn't
crazy.
stop it. Like
That sucks too, because I'm sure that meal you'll probably be like, dude, I haven't had Taco Bell in so long, just fucking rubbing your hands
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
And then it just then Taco Bell's revenge.
Do you ever have that fart in bed that like,
Yes.
or that
Yes.
almost
Yes, I
fart
have.
where
Yes,
you
I have.
and it just you're never up faster,
Dude,
Where
one
you're,
time-
where you're like,
Yes, I
no,
have.
that I'm gonna diarrhea everywhere.
one
And you
time-
just get up, go to the bowl, and it's just like, it's just whop.
It's just an ad lib from a rap song. It's like, yeah. It's hilarious.
It's that fast, and it
Coming in hot.
But then you're still like, and you don't turn the lights on in the bathroom because you don't want to wake
Yeah.
up fully. So you're like half asleep while it's happening.
And also, you're like, I
One
don't
of
want
the
to see this.
Shit,
Dude, one
one of
time-
the best wake ups and shits of all time in life is
Yeah.
that shit. The
Yeah,
emergency. I'm dead asleep 2 a.m.
where it kind of
Uh-oh, gotta
it
get
kind of
up.
like burns everything in your midsection and
Yeah.
just jolts you awake. You're like, oh no.
Yeah, you like night
yeah.
vision walk to the bathroom like as quick as possible. You've never been so smooth in your life.
You're like,
You have like
You finally know-
superpowers.
yeah.
You're like,
around the corners.
I could live as a blind
Yes.
person. This is easy.
Exactly.
Dude, I quit a job one time because I sharted at work. And it was so bad that I just left and never went back to that job again.
Really?
Oh.
What job was it?
It was Sunflower Market.
At the market, yeah.
The one on like Speedway and Swan. I think it's a Sprouts now.
Yes,
But
I
back
remember
in
when
the
it was
day,
Sunflower.
that job was insane. I have insane stories about that place. But I literally just went to take a leak in the urinal, and I went to fart, and it went like I felt it squirt down my leg, and I was like, "Well, I'm going home," and I just told nobody, and I'm getting phone calls. And I didn't want to tell them. I told them I was sick, but I was already on thin ice there. 'Cause
Oh,
I was
right,
like,
yeah.
I had just started doing like comedy and shit, and I was like kind of in and out of like,
Yeah.
you know, the way we just
Yeah.
throw away jobs to go make no money in another city. It's like, oh, I have to go to Douglas
No,
to make
actually,
$40.
I don't know.
You've never done that?
No,
No, I
Tucson's the
told-
only place that I've lived out of.
Well, that, and
my
I've told
God.
my job, I was like, hey, if I have a show, I'm missing work, and they were like, understandable.
Yeah.
I also get my shit done. So
Yeah,
that-
you have really
Right.
good rapport there.
Yeah.
You've been there for quite a while.
yeah. Been
There
there
was
a while.
I shit my pants so bad at work before I even got into work.
Really?
And I still went to work and I stayed there for like another year.
Oh my god, there was a
Wow.
guy.
So I, because I've told you this story before. You've heard the story, but I'll tell Ali because
Yeah.
I was sleeping over at my girlfriend's house, who also worked at the Starbucks that I worked at. And I was a supervisor, and she
yeah.
was a barista, and we weren't allowed to be dating. They were kind of strict about that back then.
Yeah.
And so we drove to work separately, and we pulled into the parking lot together. She
Yeah.
pulled in 2 spaces away from me, and I'm like looking at her through my truck window, and I'm like being all cutesy with her. I'm like, eh. And then I like was fucking around, and I stood up, and I'm like looking right in her eyes as I'm like in the seat of my truck, and I'm like, and then I went. Oh, and she looks at me and she's like, "You just shit your pants, didn't you?" And I was like, "Uh-huh."
Oh my God.
So I had to go. I was fully dressed for work, and I had to go into the bathroom immediately. I threw away my shitty drawers, and then I just went to work.
Oh my God. Just
For
commando
another
style at
year.
Work.
Bro, when I was at work, it was probably like my one of the first 3 weeks I was at the job I have now. And I get there and the guy who's like teaching me how to like build lights and stuff. It's early in the morning and I fucking fart and he fucking laughs cuz he's like 25 at the time. And he dies laughing and then he goes to fart and he farts and then he gets real serious. He goes, "I got to go home." And I was like, and I like wasn't really like paying attention. I was like, "What, dude?" And I was like, "What? Did like your wife call or something?" He's like, "Nope, I gotta go home." and he was his father-in-law was the floor manager at my work, and he walks into the office, talks to him for a second, and then just like walks through the office to the front door, and then. The floor manager comes out and he goes, "Well, he shit himself. He's not going to be here today. I'll teach you how to do these."
Oh my God!
I
dude.
got to go home.
What is it with dudes and just trusting farts? We should know by now. I should know by
Dude,
now.
the last time I sharted was like a month ago. Like, this never
Really?
ends. Like,
Bro,
from
Yeah.
age 7 to like in your 30s, you're still gonna shit your pants. It's
Bro,
gonna
it's
happen.
been
Oh,
a
I know,
while
I
since
know.
I sharted. The last time I sharted, I was at, this is crazy. Now, this is you know how I throw up stealth.
Yeah, he's a stealth bomber. He's
Wait
like,
till you,
"Blah," and then
wait till
right
you
back
hear
to it.
this fucking story. It was a birthday party for me. I can't remember what year. It had to be like 10, 11, or 12.
Okay.
Because we were at the new house. So had to be around there. Yeah, 8 to 12, I'd say, in there. And we were having an airsoft battle in my
Numbers moving a
backyard. Having an airsoft battle.
That means a lot. Yeah.
It does.
Thank you for clarifying.
Because it's like the last time you're like allowed to shit.
Wait, you haven't sharted since you were between the ages of 8 and 12?
Yeah.
That's
Really?
crazy. That's got to be a record.
on-
That's
I
got to
am
be like
on
a
it.
world record for a man.
I'm on a great record.
That's a
but
15-year streak, dude.
I'm going, dude.
I think
I got a dynasty.
I have a good shart every few years at least.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I've
no.
had 2 this year.
yeah.
Well-
I think I've had one or two this year.
I haven't had any. So, what are we doing?
I don't know.
What are you guys
Not
eating,
taking
dude?
risks, dude.
I mean, yeah, I'm not taking risks. I learned my lesson.
So anyway, you're
Because
having an airsoft battle.
This was the lesson. So we're in my backyard, and at this time, we put up a whole bunch of stuff in the backyard so you could hide. There's like 12 of us back there. We all have airsoft guns. We're having a battle.
Yeah.
And we're doing 1v1s at this point. And I'm all the way on one side of the backyard. Everybody's like under my porch area.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's all the way on the other side. And I've been down, shit my pants right before the start of the
Would
match.
like kneel down to hide.
Yeah, I kneeled down to hide, went to fart, shit. And I was like, fuck, what do I do?
So how bad was it?
Pretty bad.
Like
Like a pretty bad shark.
Like 5 alarm.
Like felt the wetness. I was like, uh-oh, this is not good, right?
Damn.
So what I did, because I had Vans on at the time, so it was easy, slip on, slip off. Fucking slipped them off, whipped ripped
so,
off
so you had these on?
Yeah, ripped off the basketball shorts, took the underwear off, wiped my ass real quick, and then threw it into a corner of my yard behind bricks. Like behind these bricks that were stacked up. And then just whipped my basketball shorts back on and put on my socks and then got up and then just like started shooting. Dude, and just started shooting. No one saw a thing. No one knew those underwear were back there. I got those underwear like years later because my dad at one point was like, hey, next weekend we're gonna move those bricks to the other side of the yard. I was like, those bricks
for years.
I was like, those bricks have been there since we got the house. He's like, yeah, your mom wants them moved. I was like, fuck. So then I woke up even earlier than him.
It's like a serial killer going back to a burial site.
So let me get this shit straight. You knew it was there for years, and you just ignored it until
because I was like, they're never gonna move these bricks.
That's insane. That's a lot. That's a lot of trust.
Yeah. Well, no. And then I forgot about it. And then he was like, hey, we got to move those bricks.
And then as soon as he said bricks, it went bricks,
it went that so Raven in my head. And I fucking zoomed back in time.
Oh my God.
I got to get those shorts.
I was like, oh, fuck, the shorts. Yeah, I fucking Dextered.
Hilarious.
I looked up at him and somebody went, what'd you say? And I said, nothing.
Yeah. We're disgusting, dude. We're just
Men are fucking
you don't know this. So was this last year?
Yeah.
Yeah. So last year I shit the bed.
Oh my God.
As
you were sleeping?
So the night before, it must have been.
It was the night before Christmas.
The night before. The night before.
You're gonna like make it all poetic and
my
romanticize
lady and I, we had gone
overcast.
to a concert and we were drinking like tequila sodas all night, and we had gotten like In and Out, like with tons of pepperoncinis on the burger and everything, and it was spicy. All right. And so early in the morning I woke up and I remember farting probably like 10 minutes before I fully woke up, and then I just get up and I sleep naked too. So I get up and there's just a fucking skid mark on the bed, and I'm like, God fucking damn it. And I look over and Audrey from the shirt, she's still sleeping, just fucking sleeping so soundly. And I'm like, I cannot let her see this, because we've been together for like 4 years at this point. There's no reason that she would leave me because she saw me shit her bed, technically, not even my bed. And so I come up with this fucking 007 secret agent plan to like get her out of the bed, because I knew she had an appointment that morning. And it wasn't quite time for her to leave for the appointment.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I got to figure out how to get her out of this bed without her knowing there's shit in it, so I can clean the sheets before she gets home from the appointment. You know, so I wake her up, I'm all cutesy. I put this like liner of the sheets down over it, and I like all cutesy get on top of her, roll her over. I'm like, good morning. I love you. And then I pretend.
Did you rub shit on her by accident?
No, nothing like that. If anything, on myself, because like I got on top of her and then I rolled her over like a fucking romance movie, and I was like, I love you so much.
You can smell
No, it was literally like a skid mark.
Okay.
You know, it wasn't like a full on.
Yeah.
It wasn't a deuce. You know,
That's
and so
a
I
lot.
just rolled her over on top of it, and I like pushed her out of bed, like, you know, like one of her fucking smut books, and then, you know, she got ready and everything, and I'm just thinking about the fucking shit in the bed. She leaves, throw them in the washer, wash it up, fucking scrub out the stain, put it back on, and I was like, look what I did for us. I cleaned the sheets, I took out the trash, I did the dishes and everything.
Yeah.
She didn't know about it until earlier this year was it
Your anniversary.
it was
dude.
her birthday, actually.
her
It was her birthday. Her birthday, we were at Cheesecake Factory, and I spilled the fucking beans to her on her birthday with Clint there and his girlfriend there.
That shit was so funny.
And then she was like, this is a great fucking thing to know on my birthday. Thank you. I'm like, well,
happy birthday.
I love you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Jesus.
Yeah.
So this is great. Just 30 minutes of shitting our pants stories. I fucking love it.
No, that's all right. We can talk about farting and stuff too if you want.
No, yeah, anything.
Yeah, we
I
can
mean,
talk.
we just talk about what comes to mind. I guess
Oh, yeah.
shitting our pants
It's the best.
today came to mind.
Honestly, it's been a theme for like the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Let's be honest, the whole podcast.
Whole podcast.
Whole podcast. Has been
Well, you keep shitting your pants.
Just change it to a shitting your pants podcast.
So we always
entirely.
have material.
Great.
Yeah,
Well, that's
I
what my
mean,
TikTok
he
is for.
should do
Shitting
that.
your pants
Yeah.
is universally funny to every culture, to every age. It's always going to be funny.
See, that's
It's never
what
not
I
It's
say.
never not
It
relevant.
is.
Like, you're missing out in life not shitting your pants at least once every 2 years. You're just like
At least
missing
get a
out
story.
on good stories and good experience. Like, it's.
I had a good one.
I think it's important.
I think
you're
what
a
Ali's
child,
trying to
though.
tell you is to see the world.
You don't
more.
know shitting your pants until you're like going to work as like a 33-year-old man and you shit your fucking pants. Like, as a kid at home is a completely different experience.
Yeah,
It came back to haunt me though.
Yeah.
you should try it.
You should try it.
Just try it.
Hey,
man.
the cool guys are shitting their pants.
So what's going on in Austin, Tejas, man? How is
Austin Tejas. The best thing I can say about it is that it's not boring. That's
Yeah.
like the best. You know, it's
Always
it's
something crazy,
always something
new.
crazy. From just the traffic to the comedy scene to the homeless people. It's just madness.
Are the homeless people really? Because I was there. Last time I saw you, I think was
A couple of years ago.
I signed up at.
It was still at
I think it was at Vulcan.
It was still
Yeah,
at Vulcan,
and
yeah.
Lex got on that night, and there was this one crazy ass fucking homeless guy who was like in everybody's face.
That's
in
every
the
night.
line. And I know the Tucson homeless people. I've never
Yeah.
known this like aggressive like staff sergeant kind of shit. Like, where's a fucking cigarette?
Yeah, no,
just
they're
in
insane.
everyone's face.
And they get naked, and the cops don't do anything, which I don't even like blame them. Like, what are you gonna do if there's like some fucking zombie-looking, fentanyl-addicted, naked woman walking down the street? What are you gonna do? Arrest her and take her where? To jail? She's
Maybe
gonna
do a-
stink up your fucking car. She's gonna be back out on the street. There's like literally anything goes. Outside of like trying to kill somebody, like the homeless can do
Like
anything.
the
in
river.
Austin.
Yeah.
Take her to the river.
Yeah.
At night.
Take her to a Kohl's. Get her some clothes.
I've seen so many
Yeah,
homeless.
get her some. Be like, ma'am,
Get her a fucking beach towel.
here's at
Fuck.
least a shirt.
Right.
3X. It'll look like
Yeah.
a dress.
Yeah, there's a famous one out there who just wears a. I don't know how old she is because meth. She could be 21 or she could be 50. Like it's
Yeah.
one of those things. But
True.
she wears a diaper and no shirt and just walks around and she has like patches of her hair missing. She looks like Sid from Toy Story.
Yeah.
And she's just like, she's one of the most, every comic, it's almost hacked to talk about her on stage now. It's like, yeah, we know that fucking homeless lady. Like every comic has a joke
Right.
about this woman.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I know a lot
Yeah.
of people that look like that through my work. A lot of the people we hire, like you'd be shocked no matter what they tell you their age is. You'd be
Oh,
like,
yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah, no matter what. It's, there's a lot of that.
You're like, no shit. You're 29.
Get the fuck out of
Holy
here.
shit.
You're fucking
Have you ever watched?
68.
Have you ever watched like an old movie from like the 50s or 60s? People aged so different back then.
Oh, it's crazy.
There's
really
guys that I'll look them up and it's like that person is 29 and they literally look 53. Like, but not like
Yeah.
like they look healthy and normal. I was like, how the fuck is that balding, gray-haired man 30 years old? It's because it's 1955. That's why. Like
Yeah.
they just age differently.
He drank bourbon and ate 9 eggs and bacon.
They all smoke cigarettes. They all had-
Undercooked.
You
Yeah.
know what I think? My theory on that is that people's hormone levels back then were normal. You
Yeah.
know, and so like men, if you've ever
That's a
seen
good theory,
if you've ever
actually.
seen a guy who's like just a normal guy on like maybe TRT or something, losing a little bit of hair, pretty hairy. He's got like kind of like a weathered face, but not old looking.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, and it's because he's got like a normal level of testosterone. And same thing with women; they have normal levels of estrogen at their age. They look, you know, they don't look old, but they look like they got like some miles on them.
Yeah,
you know?
seasoned.
That's
Yeah.
what I think, because there's something about like our hormone levels, like where 18-year-olds, they look just fucking nothing at all. And then you see them at 30 and like they look amazing. Like a good example, Jeff Dye. Jeff
Yeah,
Dye is
yeah.
40 years old. And I'm
Right.
like, that dude looks literally like the same age as Clint,
Yeah, yeah.
you know? And I don't understand. Yeah, look up Jeff Dye. He's 40 years old. Look at that.
Yeah.
How is that? Where like like you look up Clint Eastwood in one of his
I had to
and like
follow him.
We
one night
got
in
Clint
Austin.
Eastwood at 40.
Oh really?
I followed Jeff Dye at East Austin Comedy Club one night.
How was that? Was it hard?
Not really, actually. Like, he was working. Like he started off.
See, look
murdering.
at that. 40
Yeah.
years old.
dude. Look up fucking what's his name? Tom Selleck locked into an age. So if you look, when Tom Selleck was 24, he looked 48. Now he's 76 and he looks 50. So it's just like
Yeah.
what?
Paul
like,
Rudd, same thing.
Yeah,
Paul
yeah,
Rudd?
yeah.
Paul Rudd's locked in.
Yes. He looks no different.
Dude, yeah. See that like that. Some of those photos, like the one to the far right, that like the one on the left, I swear to God, he's probably like 28 there. Something like
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
He looks exactly the same, but with shorter hair in that middle picture.
Well, now that last one, he looks old as fuck there.
Well,
What
yeah.
is that one?
Oh, that must have used that Instagram filter.
Yeah. Oh no, I followed Jeff Dye, and I did this thing where I was gonna like work on new stuff, and he started off like murdering and then worked on some new things and it went okay. But I just went up and just did A material and kind of crushed. But I was just like, I didn't want to bomb after Jeff Dye, so
Well,
I
right.
You forced your hand.
yeah. So I was like, I'm gonna do tried and true.
Now I got to show him what I'm made of.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, who's the hardest you followed in Austin?
The hardest, like as just.
A crazy homeless
Or
guy?
like something that's
Homeless guy.
like somebody who's like really daunting. You're like, oh shit, I can't believe I have to follow this guy.
Adam Ray.
Oh
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
And
Was
his
he
shit-
dressed as one of the...
No, but his set was crazy because all he did, like, it was funny, but it was just like Shakespeare is this bar right next to Mothership, and it's just a chaotic open mic. It can be amazing, it can be terrible. It's usually bad. And he like doesn't do a normal set. He's like just doing crowd work, and then someone talks about like their mom or their sister, and he ends up on a phone call with them, and then he sings like an entire song, and I had to follow that. And I did okay though. Like, I mean, I've bombed my ass off a lot in Austin,
Yeah.
but this particular night I was proud of myself because I was able to follow him.
Yeah.
Like I still got laughs.
Like,
Like,
you kept it
I
level.
didn't kill like he did, but I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's good.
He was tough.
Nice. That's terrifying. That's terrifying. I can't imagine. I mean, because like, you know, you 13 years in, 6
Yeah.
years in. What are you, 9 years in now?
something like
8 or
that.
9? You don't even know. 8 years in.
You're 6 in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a baby. But, you know, I can't imagine like having to go up after, you know, even like, and I know people like say mixed reviews about Uncle Laser, but like if I had to follow his energy or something, I
Yeah.
would be terrified. You know,
Right.
I don't particularly think he's funny, but like a guy like that, or, you know,
Bro, if I had to follow Casey Rocket, it'd be
Or
done.
Casey
I'd be
Rocket.
done.
Oh my
I
God,
followed
dude.
Casey Rocket several times.
how is that?
It's been hit or miss. Like I've bombed and I've done good. But one time I was just like, he's the Michael Jordan of kids diagnosed with ADHD.
Yeah.
Like that's who he fucking is. Like
It's something new every 5 seconds. You're like, okay, this is a new thing. Okay, this is a new thing. Yeah,
Right,
he was
right.
insane. We got to open for him
we
at
opened
in Bisbee.
at
Yeah.
Chuckleheads, and it was really fun.
It was sick.
Watching that like in person, because I told Whittles about it.
Yeah.
I showed him. I was like, dude, you got to book this guy, Casey Rocket, because I was
Yeah.
following him on Instagram.
Right.
I was like, this is new shit. I don't even know what the fuck this is, but it's hilarious. You got to get this guy. Then he
Right.
got him, and he fucking crushed it. It was daunting.
I keep telling him
Yeah.
to book the Legion of Skanks guys. And
Yeah.
He's like, he is in talks with them, but he's like, they don't want to do it for this and that. And I'm like, dude, just whatever. It would be huge.
Yeah, just do whatever they want.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
get him a
they're-
teddy bear that says racial
If you
slurs.
got
I went
Legion
to
of
Skank Fest
Skanks
this last year.
live,
Yeah, I
in
was Skank
Bisbee,
Fest.
It was crazy. It was fucking awesome.
What was? I was about to ask, what's the most normal thing you saw there?
Well, they do this thing called the naked roast. Have you heard
Yeah.
of this? Where
Heard of that.
comedians roast each other naked, and it was pretty wild. They had like 3 different shows. I saw
Yeah.
2 of them,
Yeah.
and it made me so less insecure about my dick size. Like some of those comics, I'm like, it's insane how small their dicks were. Like shockingly small. Like I couldn't fucking believe it. Like I won't even say names because a couple of the people I respect and like, but I was just like, dude, like unbelievable. Like
I think I know one of the dudes you're talking about too.
dude, it was crazy. Yeah, naked roast. Oh, they did they did like a pop-up Kill Tony. It was supposed to be secret show. It was billed as Death Squad secret show, and then one of the guys who works for Kill Tony is like texting people like, come to the back. And I think maybe like 25 comics signed up. There's usually like 250. So I was
Right,
like,
yeah.
if I'm going to get on again anytime soon, it's going to be now because
Yeah.
the fucking odds are. I didn't get on. But Ari Shafir ended up shitting on stage and clearing
I
the
heard
room.
about that.
Clearing, everyone ran. Like literally, like the show was pretty much over. Hans Kim was the last comic, and Ari Shafir,
Godzilla came.
Dude, it
Bro.
goes back around to shitting again.
And,
right back
and
around.
Uncle Laser threw up. Like he just runs in the back, he's like, "Ugh," like throwing up
Oh,
from the smell.
no.
And there was like, I didn't see the shit, but they said there was blood in the shit. Like, it was like
that doesn't
it's
surprise me hearing
foul.
stories about his asshole.
Oh yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah. And then it was just
I can't think of anybody that I know personally who would go to the length of for the bit that like the comics that I respect would, you know?
Yeah.
Like anybody of like the 40 or 50 that like kind of move in and out of Tucson comedy, even like
Trying
Phoenix
to think.
comics.
Wacko
I can't think
might.
of, no, Wacko would not shit on stage.
He might, dude.
No, he would not. He does
might.
not. If maybe
Well,
after
they
like
also
8
stuck.
whiskeys.
I missed this, but Louis J. Gomez and Big J. Okerson had a rap battle, and the loser had to stick a gun up
Oh,
their
yeah,
ass.
gun up the butt challenge.
So they
Oh,
did
yeah.
that again.
Classic, yeah.
And I think Louis had to get a gun
Yeah.
up his butt. Last
Lewis
time,
has
Big J had
taken
to-
2 guns up the butt.
And I guess they just did like a regular like Nintendo like zapper before.
Yeah.
And this time they used like a real gun.
Yeah, the first,
With like the iron sights and everything.
I
Yeah.
bet you they got it from Anthony Cumia.
Oh my God, Anthony
Oh,
Cumia.
dude,
God.
that show. Talk about that show.
Okay, yeah, the listeners will probably like this. So, I did this one-off gig to be security at Vulcan Gas Company one night for Gavin McGinnis, founder of the Proud Boys, internet fucking controversial figure. He does stand-up now, and he's touring with Josh Denny. I don't know if you know who that is.
Never heard that, no.
He's one of his credits is canceled comedian because he's super right-wing, and he went on Tucker Carlson. Blah blah
Oh,
blah.
okay.
One of the cool dude. I have no issues with him. He's on the show, and then Anthony Cumia, who's been canceled for being like king of the N-word. So he's
incredibly, yeah.
So the show sells out, and it's literally just Proud Boys, and just I don't want to say they were Nazis, but it was like
it was 300
it was
Connors in
75
flannel.
different versions of the same like bald, angry looking white dudes that were there.
Yeah,
and they were around.
it was 75 Connors in flannel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So Gavin McGinnis is on stage and he's like kind of killing. That he's. It was better than I thought it would be. It was better than I thought it would be.
You're like, I don't want to say he was funny, but he was pretty fucking funny. Like,
No, I was surprised. Like I was like, okay, because I didn't know. I mean, some of the other guys. There was another guy too, some Asian dude who does spot on impressions. Who was a good comic. I don't remember his name, but McGinnis was the headliner, and he's on stage and it's going pretty well. And then he's like talking about Alex Jones, and then he's like starts to do it with Jones' impression. He goes, no, wait, that's fucking hack. It's even better. Hey, Alex, get up here. And I'm standing near the sound booth and. I didn't even know Alex Jones was there. He runs by me and nearly like knocks me over and then runs on stage and then takes his shirt off and he's like, yeah, no, the New World Order. And he's just going fucking nuts. And I'm just like, what?
with full Burt Kreischer on stage. What's up?
Yeah, he was going fucking insane. And I was just, and then the next, like, once the show ended, we had to help clear everybody out. It was like a gay emo EDM night. So it's like, that's how much Vulcan doesn't give a fuck. It's like they
That's
literally have
such
like
a fucking, that's such a
alt-right
difference.
fucking insanity with the founder of the Proud Boys, and then you just see just like vampire like lesbian chicks with like fucking emo haircuts and shit. And the show ran over
septum
by an
piercings.
hour, and they were waiting outside. And I was like, they're watching all these fucking skinheads leave. Like, what the fuck? Like, it was crazy.
That's so funny.
And then they're like looking at themselves. They're like, I guess we can't judge. Fuck.
Yeah,
That's beautiful. That's America.
Poetic, yeah.
Then they had the American awards. They had something called like the America Awards or something, and it was Alex Jones again. It was Roseanne Barr. It was a few other people, and an ambulance had to go to Vulcan 3 different times that night from people collapsing. I was like, we were like just hanging out on 6th Street, and then I was like, why is there another ambulance at Vulcan? And they're
Wait,
like,
why were people collapsing?
I don't know. So like everyone was making jokes about like fucking vaccine, this and that, just joking around. But I don't know. 3 people passed out during the America Awards. Presented by Roseanne Barr and Alex Jones. And I think, who else? I think Tim Pool might have been there or something. It was just...
Tim Pool.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was like...
Beanie on.
They're too
Yeah.
patriotic, man.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Gotta tone down the patriotism.
Right?
So, like, I don't think I've ever asked you this, but
Right.
so you've been sober now for years,
Yeah.
right? What brought that on?
Just being an alcoholic who was destroying his life, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
So for the better, because I always
for the better, yeah.
I don't know, because I think you stopped drinking shortly after I had met you, or I had already known you for like a year or something like that.
Maybe. Well, no, I was still... Because it'll be 5 years in January.
5 years in January.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew you for probably like 9 months when you were drinking.
Yeah,
But that's
yeah.
when I wasn't talking to anybody.
Right.
Because I was on the roids and everything, and I was
right.
I was in and out. I was like a once a week kind of guy when I first started. But
Yeah.
what was really bad about it? What would you do?
I would drink a lot at home after the fact, and I would secret drink when I was in public. So it's just like, I would drink from the bar, but I would have like shooters in my pocket, or I'd have vodka
Really?
in the car.
I cannot picture you like that.
Yeah, I was drinking a fuckload, dude. It was.
But was it fucking awesome when you were doing it?
Yeah, dude. I was. So that's like, you remember Periscope?
Yes.
So
yeah.
It went under. I wasn't like famous on Periscope, but at one point I had like 10,000 plus followers, and people were like Venmoing me money and requesting movies, and I would just get wasted and just do commentary over movies.
I remember that.
Yeah,
You were drinking during
and
that time.
I kept getting banned. Like I would show up
for
I would
reciting movies.
It was so there's a copyright infringement, but then I would also say crazy shit to people. Because I'm talking loudly over a movie, like it's very disruptive, but the people are there for that.
Right.
But then there'd be a person that would just enter the room and be like, "Shut the fuck up! I can't hear the movie," and I would just say the most insane, unhinged, just like, "I hope your parents die in a car accident, you fucking idiot," and just like say crazy. So I think a little bit of that got me.
They
banned.
caught on to it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, this dude is an unhinged, drunken lunatic who's wishing death on.
Yeah, probably for the better.
On people's kids. So yeah, yeah, I said some crazy shit, dude.
Oh shit.
That's crazy. Drinking at home. Drinking at home alone. That's rough, dude. Because COVID, I was doing that a lot.
See, I quit before COVID. That's the crazy thing.
I know. Don't you wish you waited a little bit to quit?
Yeah, I get. But I was like, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I have war stories. This is what I always tell people. I don't. If you quit drinking when you're like 21, you're a fucking idiot. Like you have to. Does like die at 21 like a SoundCloud rapper, or quit when you're 35 like an adult? Like this quitting when you're fucking 20 is bullshit. Like you're ruined.
You need experiences. Bringing us back around to the shit. You gotta
have war stories.
I have drinking experiences.
You need to shit your pants is what we're saying.
Right.
I've never shit my pants, but I have thrown up in a lot of obscure.
Because 12 years
places.
old to quit shitting your pants is way too young.
Yeah.
No, that was a lot, dude. Because at 12. You're right. Like that was a make or break moment. If everybody at my birthday party
you shit your pants at
knew I shit my pants at an airsoft battle, bro, it's over. No one's talking to me again. It would have been over right there.
I would have talked to you because it'd be like, "Hey, dude, I
know,
shit the bed.
But
I know how you feel."
You
would have been bullied through high school for that shit.
Exactly. It would have followed me forever.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. That was a make or break moment.
Shit his Pants Lansky or something like there would be some pun for your name.
They just call me "Shut up, shit boy."
What about Shit
like
Pants Lansky?
Yeah,
there you go.
Shit Pants Lansky.
Exactly.
There you go.
All right. Well, okay. Well,
see, that was make or break.
Yeah,
but my drunk stories.
Yeah, you keep collecting those. You keep collecting those.
Yeah, well,
you should.
A lot of them involve a U of A sporting event.
I will say this though. I've stopped smoking weed. I don't do any like hard drugs. I do dabble in mushrooms though.
Nice. Yes.
I had some breakthrough.
You're Austin sober.
I had some breakthrough. Yeah, that's Austin sober. No, I've had like breakthrough comedy sets and just ways of thinking, just microdosing, and sometimes a little more. I never do like that full. I'm going to eat like a whole eighth or whatever. But
see, that's what I'm saying.
Ali does an eighth of mushrooms, gets on stage, and just goes, "All right, guys, the Jews. Let's talk about it."
Oh my god!
But he crushes, and he's like, "This is the way. I'm going to talk about Jews forever."
He figures out how to solve the Middle East.
Right. So you're like microdosing, and then during a microdose, you're like on stage figuring stuff out?
Oh yeah, for sure. A lot. I remember one night I was at Mothership, and like that was the hardest I ever crushed there, and the lights looked purple. I was like, I didn't know I was this fucked up until I got on stage. And I wasn't fucked up, but like, you know the way anyone who's done shrooms, the lights are the one thing that you notice, or the way your phone looks.
Enough to see things change.
It almost looks like, you know when you like take a photo or video with your phone and the camera's smeared?
Yeah.
The lights have like that little, that's how the lights looked, and I was like, I've been on the stage before, these lights aren't purple, but they're purple right now.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
And I had like a great set, and I was like, oh, okay.
Nice.
I mean, I probably still would have done fine, but the shrooms, I don't know, I felt something. It gave me a little extra.
Yeah, I've done that before too. I've also done a little too much mushrooms on stage, and it makes you made me bomb for sure.
Yeah. I feel like anytime you're on stage with something, you feel whatever's happening more.
Yeah.
So like if you're murdering on shrooms, it's going to be the greatest murder. But if you're bombing, it's going to be a worse bomb because you're going to, I don't know, you feel it more.
Yeah. But thankfully, like, I think the good thing about mushrooms is that if you are on just a little bit more, like your setting is so much like the way you feel is so much dependent on your setting. So as long as you go somewhere else, you like get some air real quick, you kind of just fold to like that new reality in a way. You're like, okay, I'm outside now. You're like, yeah, I bombed, but this breeze is fucking sick.
Yeah, for sure.
So
100%.
This breeze
That
is sick.
tree's talking to me. So
I remember. So were you ever around for Half Bus?
No, what is
Oh
that?
my gosh,
fucking
dude,
55-year-old black Republican retarded guy. He
No, I've heard the stories.
self-proclaimed retarded.
self-proclaimed retarded.
Who would tell me the stories about him? It was Anthony.
Yeah.
Jenkins told me a lot about him.
I was on a lot of mushrooms when he was at the Kava bar.
I think
when
I might
was doing.
have. I think I might have saw his first set ever. He was doing. Who was that guy? What the fuck? It was like right before I moved. Like I was like moving that week, and I did this show, and it was that dude, that older guy, ran
Joey
it.
Gaynor.
No, not that old.
Older guy, Nick Perlow.
Yes, I think that.
Nick
yes,
Perlow.
yes, yes. He ran the show, and I think that dude who you're talking
Hotel
about.
McCoy. Yeah, he was loud as fuck the
He
whole
was
night.
heckling. I'm like,
Yes.
in an aggressive way where I was like, this guy, if someone goes and really tries to like roast him, he's gonna like physically assault somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And I did my set, and I kind of talked to him, but I was like, if I go too hard, he's gonna fight me because he was like unhinged. And then he goes on stage, and then we kind of start heckling him.
Yeah.
And he has I don't know, something about him. I was like, he seems like he could lash out and fight you at any moment, but he never does. He
No.
just kind of stays a little
Never
mad,
does.
and you say something crazy to him, they're like, oh, this is going to push him over the edge, and he kind of laughs it off and continues. I'm just like, whoa, this is
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
Because he gives off like, I'm going to fight you energy from the time that I saw him.
He really does. He gets, because he's one step away from the Austin homeless. Like he'll get right in your
yeah,
face
yeah.
and be, but it's the opposite. He'd be like, man, I just want you to know you're my boy. All right, you my boy, you my, and where you can say it, And I'm like,
No.
I am not saying that, dude. He's
No,
like,
yeah.
nah, between me and you, man, you can say it. I'm like, I'm not saying that half of us.
No, he's
Right.
crazy.
Yeah, the first time he was ever at the Kava bar, when I was doing the open mic at the Kava bar, I was on a little bit too much mushrooms, and he
Yeah.
was fucking murdering. But that could have just been the mushrooms, but everybody in the place was losing their minds because he was like eating Doritos on stage.
Well, the
Yeah,
busman's
yeah.
a good 1 for 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the 1 for 10,
Yeah.
dude, where he was just crushing, and I was trying to host, and I was just like giggling the whole time, and I got real in my head when I during my first my hosting spot, but then in between each comic, I was like fucking firing out like roasts and stuff, and I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
I'm so fucking smart, I'm so tight, and then he goes on stage and crushes, and then rest is history. He's
Yeah.
retarded.
That's my favorite thing to do when hosting is just to say shit in between the comics. Not
Yes.
doing time, but just having a little, like a light roast or a riff after each comic.
Yeah, like having a quip.
It's
Yes.
a good time.
I used to do that at County Line a lot. That place closed completely.
Billy
I
Bar.
think. Billy
You know
Bar.
what's so funny, dude? Is that's
Yeah.
actually that's our thumbnail on our YouTube page is the
Really?
Billy Bar.
Oh,
yeah,
hell
dude.
yeah.
Because like what? So it's called Waiting for Mics. What place where we did open mics could best represent the shittiness of our podcast? And so
Yeah.
we put up the Billy Bar on our thumbnail.
Dude, like we were in that weird time where COVID was closing shit and then opening, and they were closed open.
Yeah.
But when they were like still open, sometimes I would just show up. We had to cancel a couple times. You were there a couple times.
Yeah, I
where it
was-
was just
yeah, I was
like
there a few
me,
times.
you, and maybe one other comic.
Or like Eden was there.
Dude, I know one time me and Eden together, just me and him did like 90 minutes of comedy. Like I did like 45, he did like 45, and like it wasn't like it was like every experience. Like we're bombing, we're kind of killing, we're trying new shit, we're really not doing sets. And
Yeah.
before I knew it, I was like, bro, we did like 90 minutes, and they paid me, and I left, and I was like, okay.
Hell yeah, dude. I know those. I do remember nights at the Billy Bar. I can't remember. Wasn't there like a fight or something where we were all there one night?
It's possible.
Either a fight or like somebody was really like. I remember this guy.
We roasted the fuck out of this dude who was just being so disrespectful, and then we all ended up. There's been a few things there. There was that woman that snapped on Joey G too,
Yeah.
telling him it's still on my podcast to this day. It's my soundbite for when I start to talk about comedy, where she just goes, "You're not funny. Nothing you've said is funny. This is comedy night, and you're not funny. Nothing you've ever said." And I can hear you laughing in the clip. Yeah, this is from like 2020.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And then you hear Joey G just going like, "Yeah, right, you're right. I'm not funny." And like, it's hilarious, dude. She snapped. But one night there was a guy who was you or someone was on stage, and this dude who looked like Hank Hill was on his phone. He's like, "Yeah, I guess it's fucking
Yes,
comedy night.
yes.
None of these guys are fucking
Oh my-
horrible.
yes, dude.
None of these guys are funny." And we all just shredded this
I
dude.
went in on
Yeah.
that motherfucker.
I
He ended
remember
up
that.
leaving.
Oh my
Yeah.
I remember
gosh.
one of us pointed out that he was doing that on his phone,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
everyone could
Dude,
see that he
was
wasn't
me.
calling
I was
anybody.
Like, you're not
Yeah.
on the phone with anybody. I can see your phone's blank right now, you dumb fat jackass.
Yeah.
You don't have a private jet, you fuck. You're at the Billy Bar on a Sunday.
Oh, Sunday night.
I remember I
Mike's,
said
dude.
something. I was like, if you're here, who's yelling at your neighbors for filling up the dumpster in the alley, you fucking idiot? And we were just like, we went. I remember he eventually left like pissed because he thought that like he could just talk shit. And just,
Yeah, shouldn't you be calling the police for whoever's whacking off in your tool shed?
yeah, exactly.
Fuck, dude.
And then, that room was
I
crazy.
miss when mics were crazy like
Dude,
that.
I love crazy mics. Like, so there's one I do every Tuesday in Austin called the Anderson Mill. And it's the one like bomb mic where it's just like there's a good chance I'm going to bomb, but I'm going to be myself. I'm going to work on new jokes, and whatever happens, it's a fun hang, and I just love these crazy. Like,
Yeah.
And there was another one that closed down. The whole place closed. It was called the Dig Pub.
Dig
Shout out
Pub.
to Corey Adam, a comedian in Austin. He's like a 15-year comic. He used to tour with Nick Swartz, and he's like one of the naturally funniest people I've ever met. And he ran this unhinged bar where he would let the comics do like 20 minutes, and
Just, like, do
comics
whatever?
would tap out. Because young, like 1-2 year comics who, you know, whatever, they're figuring it out. He would just be like, just do as much time as you want, and we'd always have to run outside and grab it. Like, they're getting off stage. So I would go there and just do 20 minutes of the most, like, things I've said in that room would, like, get me canceled. Like, I would never repeat. Like, I've said insane things on that stage.
I've been there too, dude.
But I think you need that you need a room where you can talk shit.
Yeah.
So there'd be
You
like
do,
5
yeah.
audience members, there'd be like 10 comedians, and I'd do like 15 minutes just
Yeah, I
and
did
just
this.
say everything.
I told Clint about this, but I did a couple of shows in Vegas, and I did this bar that was like, it was a Pittsburgh Steelers bar.
Yeah.
And it was during the Super Bowl.
Oh my
Like
God.
the Super Bowl literally is on TV.
As you're doing comedy?
As I'm doing comedy. And
Were the Steelers in the Super Bowl?
no, it was the last. It
gets
was last
worse.
year. Last year, it was the
the
Chiefs and
and the
whoever.
Niners, yeah.
And the Super Bowl is on, and like there's 3 people in there, and the rest are comedians, and they don't know me. And I come fully prepared with like a 15 that I'm gonna do.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I end up just riffing the whole time, and then like, and I could tell everybody's like pretty cool, and like. And there's like the air about it where it's like, okay, this guy's from out of town. Like, let's see what he's got. We're going to like give him whatever.
Yeah.
You know? And I started riffing with everybody and it seemed pretty cool and open. And so this Asian lady just sits down and I just start doing an Asian voice to her.
Oh my God.
And she's fucking dying at it. She is laughing so
Yeah.
fucking hard. And I just kept going like harder and harder. And it was just, I just murdered doing Asian voice the whole time.
Yeah.
I said a few other things too, but
For sure.
I'm not going to say it.
Right. Yeah, I can't say some of the things that I've said either. Like,
Yeah.
But I feel like
That we
it's-
may or may not have said.
Yeah, you need an unhinged crazy
Who
mic
said it?
where you can do whatever. Because like I feel like the whole point of bits matter, crowd work, all that, but like you want to you become yourself as much as you can on stage, plus
Yeah.
jokes. So
Yeah, you need to be allowed to like mess up.
yeah,
You know,
I
like,
feel like if
go
you do
too
like
far.
a headlining set too, it's like you got to give them like the whole experience.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not saying like I hate when people force crowd work.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of that in Austin, and some people are magnificent at it. Other people, it's just like. You know, but when you just like, so what do you guys do? And you kind of, I call it fishing when they just fish for crowd work. I feel like a little bit of that, and like if you're doing an hour, sprinkle in 5 to 10 of that. Or if something happens and throws you off, acknowledge it, and if it gets crazy, then go with that for a while, and then go back into your set.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you're truly yourself on stage, there's going to be a little bit of in the moment shit that happens.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't been feeling that recently, but that's usually kind of what I do is like I do like a little bit of crowd work. I'm never really trying to. It just
Right.
kind of happens, but it helps me like lead into another bit
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
Or like there's something in the bit that kind of requires a little bit of like acknowledging the crowd.
For sure.
You know, then there's some of that. But then it's just like I'll do like word for word a bit and then I'll mess up on something and then I'll do like a little bit of, you know, just like whatever, talk to the crowd.
Yeah.
And then lead into another bit, like a bit that I wasn't even planning on doing, but I
course.
said like a key word, and I'm like,
Exactly.
oh, what about this thing?
Then it seems
all
more
of a sudden,
natural, yeah.
all of a sudden, it's like in there, and I haven't done the bit for a year, and it just boom comes out.
Yep.
You know, it's awesome. Lightning in a bottle. It's like shit in a bed, dude. Yeah. All right, I think we gotta wrap this up.
All right. Well,
Yep.
that was fucking awesome.
It was awesome. Do you have any shows coming up besides tonight and tomorrow?
Tonight.
This is gonna be out next Friday.
Okay. I mean, I'm headlining the small room at Cap City.
Oh, yeah,
Comedy
that's
Club.
right, the Red Room?
Red Room.
Red
yeah.
Room.
December 21st.
Red Room.
Yep.
Red Room.
That was a fun one to get
Nice,
the email
dude.
for because that's a tough room to get
Nice.
to.
That's pretty cool.
And then I just have a
sick.
bunch of weird shit just around Texas. I do these weird, like Belton, Texas on the 13th.
Like in Killeen.
Oh, dude, I've done Killeen so many. Killeen is fucking kind of fun, actually.
Yeah.
Like the rooms. I did comedy with, you guys know Andrew Horniman?
Yeah.
I did comedy with him at a Tilted Kilt. Do you guys know what that is?
No, what's that? Isn't that a strip club?
No, it's just like, it's like a sports bar,
Yeah.
but all of the waitresses are like super hot chicks wearing kilts.
Oh, it's Scottish Hooters.
Yes, it's
Nice.
Scottish Hooters. They were in Phoenix before, but we did a chaotic comedy show in Killeen. I mean, I was doing like crowd work. There was a dude from Tucson in the crowd because I mentioned
Oh,
Arizona,
nice.
and he tried selling me acid as I was on stage. He's like, it was crazy.
That's a Tucson
I was
thing
like,
right there.
I was like, you really are from Tucson, dude. Holy shit.
That's awesome. All right. December 21st, Ali Musa.
Yeah, Cap City.
Red Room at Cap City.
Follow my podcast, the Ali USA podcast.
Ali USA.
Just released.
Still going
episode-
strong.
Yep, episode 242 just came out, so I'm
Nice.
keeping at it.
And I'm on Don't Tell Comedy Show tonight. No, nobody's going to see this, but Don't Tell Comedy, Balboa Heights, in a barbershop. So that's
Fuck
going to
yeah.
be cool. And then I got, damn it, I don't have anything. Do you have anything?
No. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, I do. December 15th. I'm at, hold on a second. Wait a second. Where's it?
I'm doing a show behind a pile of bricks where my shitty drawers are at.
Yeah, that is where it is. No. Why can't I find it?
Who sent it to you?
Roy.
Roy?
Lee Reynolds.
Is it The Outlaw? Yes, Roy Lee
Oh
Reynolds.
my
Yeah.
god.
I'm on a
love
show with
Yeah, he was on a couple weeks ago. We did an election special.
Roy
Nice.
Lee.
Yes, that dude I
can't
talked about,
find-
Corey, knows Roy Lee.
Knows Roy?
He saw his first. Roy's first set ever was at Corey's mic in Minnesota.
Nice.
Yeah, so we were this exchange. We called him one night
That's so crazy.
on speakerphone. It was funny.
All right, just checking the time.
I can't find it. I'm on a show on December 15th. I'll get it out there another time.
It's in Phoenix.
Yeah, it's in Phoenix somewhere.
Roy Lee Reynolds.
Can't
Here we go.
find it.
He's going to find it for you. 12 Comics of Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Stand Up Live.
No.
Stand up live.
Oh,
No,
it's
no,
not.
no.
You're not on that one. Damn, you didn't get on that one.
No.
Damn, bro. Gladiator comedy. That looks like
I
it.
don't know. Roy's putting it on there.
There it is.
Yeah.
There you are.
At Monkey
Glendon?
Pants
Oh my
Bar and
God.
Grill. Glendon McGee.
I-
Nice, dude.
I
Yeah.
started with Glendon. Or he's like, I met him before I did comedy. He was a crazy neighbor at my apartment complex.
And then you guys started doing comedy.
I started doing comedy, and then one day he's like, "Can I go with you?" And then he just started doing it too. It was weird. It was
Hell
crazy.
yeah, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for watching, dudes.